A blonde bombshell's nude scene and Tom Hanks caught in celebrity traffic.
Watch out, people, I ought to slug you right now.
On Extra for June 23rd, 1995.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Extra. I'm Dave Nemeth.
And I'm Arthel Neville. For the first time, Cindy Crawford is talking about the breakup, her split with Richard Gere. In a revealing interview, Cindy says it was the little things like flowers that ended the marriage. Our Maureen O'Boyle reports.
She's about to make her screen debut with William Baldwin in the explosive thriller Fair Game. He's the perfect Sir Lancelot, one of Hollywood's most romantic leading men. But when it came to romance off the screen, Cindy and Richard didn't find the same things important. In the latest issue of Harper's Bazaar, Cindy says a simple thing like flowers could have made a difference in their 4-year marriage. She says, quote, Richard was like, sending flowers is not an intimate thing with me. And I was like, but it is with me. I recently talked with Richard about his new movie, First Night. He said his work on the film helped him through a difficult time.
You know, my personal life was a disaster while I was making this film, so it was great for me to be doing something that was very physical.
Then I asked him about his life off the screen.
How are things going in your personal life? Even though
There's
you're
a camera on her. You got it on her? Tell you what, you tell me about yours first.
In July's Esquire magazine, a friend of Gere's says Cindy got too busy. He says, quote, she said all she wanted was to be married and have children and not a career. Turned out the opposite. No kids, lots of career. While Gere was committed to his career, he devoted a lot of time to Buddhism.
With Richard being so interested in deep spiritual things like his involvement with the Buddhists and the Dalai Lama, and Cindy didn't really seem to have interests like that.
Family counselor Catherine Bauscher says high-profile couples like Cindy and Richard face special problems.
Every woman, from the most average woman to Cindy Crawford, wants to know that her man thinks she's a queen and that she's the most important, most desirable, most beautiful woman in the world. And if her man's not telling her that, she's going to have a little feeling of doubt and really want to know that.
Well, you know what? Now you don't have to hit the lottery to get some relief from the boss from hell. After you've been shattered at work, there's a new game that'll help you pick up the pieces. To Kill a Boss is a puzzle that puts a new spin on the jigsaw. It's part puzzle and part murder, and it's become a bestseller with people who'd like to take a shot at their superior.
To Kill a Boss, I could use that.
People got a lot against their bosses.
After reading a short story, the players of To Kill a Boss must try to solve the crime. The final clue comes after all 500 pieces have been put in their place, but not everyone thinks mocking murder is fun. Some toy stores have even refused to carry the item.
We solve crimes. We don't kill people.
Mary Ann Lombard is the CEO of Bepuzzled, the Connecticut company that manufactures To Kill a Boss. As a boss herself, Mary Ann says her puzzle is a harmless way to let employees vent.
Everybody knows there's an equal opportunity horror show boss out there, but wouldn't it be better that they put a puzzle together than do something a lot more harmful?
Bosses aren't the only people on the Bepuzzled firing line. They also make To Kill a Husband and To Kill a Lawyer. Michael Sheffield is a husband, lawyer, and a boss. We asked him what he thought of these games.
I'm glad I took the day off.
No one is suggesting that a puzzle causes violence, but some experts say that in this age of the disgruntled employee, games like To Kill a Boss don't help. Statistics show that employees who get laid off are 6 times more likely to commit violent acts than those who keep their jobs. Last year, 2 million U.S. workers were attacked at work, and more than 1,000 were killed on the job. Catherine Bauscher is a psychotherapist at California Glendale Memorial Hospital. She says games can be a good release for those who feel threatened by their boss.
I think there's a lot of healthy releases, and playing games can be one of them. I'm not sure if playing a game called Kill Your Boss is the most healthy. There's always Monopoly where you can have as much money as you want.
Whether you're rolling the dice or solving a puzzle, Mary Ann Lombard says games are just entertainment.
People kill people. Puzzles don't kill people.
Words to live by, you might say. Mary Ann Lombard tells Extra she's had network interest in To Kill a Boss.
The explosive controversy about placing Nicole and O.J.'s young daughter, Sydney, on the witness stand. We've seen them only in glimpses, small children caught in a tragedy that has gripped the world and ripped their lives apart.
Nearly 9 months after the murders, Sydney, 9 years old, and Justin, only 6, continue to suffer the greatest loss any child can face.
What you find with kids who are really traumatized is they become shock victims.
Family therapist Catherine Bauscher says kids in crisis can simply go numb.
Can't really feel, can't really make sense of what's going on. It's almost like going into a cocoon.
Nicole's sister Denise takes special precautions to maintain that cocoon.
All the tabloid magazines are completely covered up. Whenever we go there, we call 5 minutes before we're going into like a department store or something, or a store that has those, and they cover them up.
But all those precautions may not save the kids from the next potential nightmare, testifying at their own father's murder trial.
Mr. Simpson is again present before the court with his counsel.
It is a statement Sydney allegedly made to her brother at the police station after the murders that may cause the 9-year-old to take the stand. According to the police report, Sydney said to her brother, "Justin, I heard Mommy's best friend's voice, and I heard Mommy crying."
Sydney was not a witness to the crime of murder that was committed upon her mother and upon Mr. Ron Goldman. So therefore, I really don't think it would serve a purpose.
Brown family attorney Gloria Allred says she'll fight to keep her away.
The thought that she would have to sit in the courtroom within the criminal justice system with strangers staring at her, with her own father staring at her while she recalls what she said that night, I'm concerned that it could leave an indelible scar on her the rest of her life.
The season finale of Beverly Hills 90210 ended on kind of a sour note for Tori Spelling and Jamie Walters.
But was that episode a bad influence on the audience? Some fans are having trouble separating Jamie from the on-screen actions of his character. Extras John Norris has the story.
Tell me.
Teenage girls across the country scream when they see the sexy sideburns and pouty lips of Beverly Hills 90210 guitar-playing heartthrob and singer Jamie Walters. But now some fans are screaming mad at the Hollywood hunk because of a 90210 episode about teen violence.
Ow, you're hurting me!
In last month's season finale of 90210, Walter's character Ray Pruitt threw on-screen girlfriend Tori Spelling down a flight of stairs, and he says fans are taking it out on him.
I've actually been catching a lot of heat for that this summer. I've been out on tour with my band, and we get a lot of people asking me, why'd you push Donna down the stairs?
Walter says the teen violence episode was done to raise awareness of this growing epidemic.
The truth of it is, we're out there, we're trying to bring up some serious issues on the show, and I've been out there reminding people that it is a character I play, it's not really me,
Experts on teen violence say it's common for teenagers to become so enthralled with TV characters that they forget to separate them from the real-life actors.
I think a show like this, people get really involved with the characters, and they're very attractive and very appealing, and they're the kind of people that kids would like to be friends with. They're good-looking, they're smart, they're rich, so I think they get mixed up that, this character is really this person.
For his part, Walter says he hopes fans can understand that 90210 was trying to portray the evils of teen violence, and adds that he's doing everything he can to speak out against it.
I'm doing a lot of PSAs for different domestic violence organizations and just trying to do my part in spreading the word.
Now the women who are driving Princess Diana crazy. She says they're undercutting her role as a mother. Extras Dana Adams has the story.
She's lost her husband, her social standing, her fairy tale life. But now Princess Di may be losing her most precious possession, her connection with her kids.
Diana feels she's not getting the entree and access to the kids that she should have.
Royals watcher Richard Gere says 2 women may be stealing the affections of 12-year-old William and 10-year-old Harry.
One is Tiggy Leg Bork, Charles' private secretary and increasingly the boy's surrogate mother when their daddy leaves the house.
Diana feels that if Charles is away and needs a surrogate nanny to look after the kids, then the kids should be with her, not at Prince Charles's house when the father's away.
But even more disturbing for Diana is this woman, Emily Van Kootsum, best friend of Charles' longtime mistress, Camilla Parker Bowles. Robert Jobson of the London Daily Express says Van Kootsum is extremely close to the boys, especially William.
when Prince William went to Cloisters on a skiing holiday, the first person he phoned was not in fact his mother, but Mrs. Van Cutsem, who he's actually become accustomed to calling Mummy.
The dueling mothers debate is causing a stir across the Atlantic.
I don't agree with children calling other people that are not the mother their mums, really.
I don't quite think it's a substitute for a mother as such.
Family therapist Catherine Boucher says having a child form such a strong bond with other women can be devastating for the mother.
I'm sure it brings up questions for her. Am I a good enough mother? Have I been good enough mother for my boys that they're looking for affection somewhere else?
And things could be getting worse. Charles has said as the boys get older, he expects to spend more time with them, riding, hunting, and fishing, and leaving Diana almost literally out in the cold.
Well, it seems Diana really knows how to keep tabs on William. London's Sunday Telegraph says the boy will be electronically tagged at boarding school. That's so bodyguards will know his whereabouts at all times.
Extra shines on the last day of August, 1995.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Extra. I'm Dave Neiman.
And I'm Arthel Neville.
It was truly the show of a lifetime for thousands of Cuban refugees. Gloria Estefan returned to her homeland to give a riveting concert at Guantanamo Bay.
The Big Pitch. Extra has your first look at Whoopi Goldberg's show-stopping commercial.
And look closely at this scene from The Lion King. We'll tell you why it has a conservative group roaring mad.
But first, why can't Elizabeth Taylor stay married? After nearly 4 years of wedlock, the screen legend has split with her current husband, Larry Fortensky. Extra's Maureen O'Boyle has the story.
I'm a very committed wife. I should be committed, too, for being married so many times.
That's Liz on Liz. And from the moment in 1988 when she met Larry at an alcohol rehab center to the 1991 lavish outdoor wedding at Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch, many people, like celebrity columnist Heather Hart, said it would never work.
You can't be normal when you're Elizabeth Taylor. I don't know what she could have been thinking when she thought that this marriage would be normal just because he was a construction worker.
Kitty Kelly wrote Liz's unauthorized biography and tells Extra Taylor is a woman who needs love and companionship and will keep on looking for it.
She is emotionally vulnerable, but for that reason, she needs to be married. This is not going to be the last marriage and divorce for Liz Taylor.
Today, things were quiet at Liz's 22-room, $6.5 million mansion in exclusive Bel Air. The only activity was the gas company making a house call. But while her gas and water service may be fine, Liz's marriage record isn't. Larry was her 7th husband, and many wonder why this woman who seems to have everything fails so often at matrimony. Marriage counselor Catherine Boucher says it's the difference between romance and reality.
You know, the first part of most people's marriages are really exciting and really fun, and you're really in love and you're really kind of on that high. I think when things get tough for some people, they would just rather split and get out of it.
But could Larry and Liz reconcile, get it all back together? Famed divorce lawyer Raul Felder says, forget
Absolutely,
the trial separation stuff. This couple is Splitsville.
I mean, 7 times she was married. The last time marrying another inmate in an institution. Those don't count for very good odds, I think, for the marriage succeeding. Now, if you're betting against it, boy, terrific.
If that's true, Larry could soon join the long list of Liz's other ex-loves. Remember their names?
Oh, God. Eddie Fisher, Richard Burton twice. Oh goodness, Nick somebody, he was a gangster something. That's, where am I, 4? Todd somebody, that's 5. I think that, and then the senator, Wagner. How am I doing? 7. and the new guy, this last one, that's it.
She did a pretty good job. Well, here's the complete list of Elizabeth's loves. Husband number 1 was Conrad Nicky Hilton. 2 was Michael Wilding. 3, Mike Todd. 4, Eddie Fisher. Richard Burton was actually 5 and 6. Virginia Senator John Warner was number 7, and Larry Fortensky, of course, is number 8. So that's 7 husbands, 8 marriages, and at 63, who knows, maybe Liz will indeed marry again. If anybody could, she could do it.
And seeing that she's such the romantic, I think she will.
She probably
Thanks,
will.
Maureen.
Thank you, Maureen.